Okay, good afternoon. We will start our lecture. So in previous lecture, we have completed binary block, Java throw exception, then chain exception with its example. Okay, and we are going to see throw keyword for today's lecture. Okay, because due to some network issues, due to heavy rain, we are unable to complete that part. So first we will see, and if time is there, then we will start the next point, that is the stream. Okay, so first one is the Java throw keyword. The Java throw keyword is used to declare an exception. Okay, and what we have seen in Java throw keyword is used to explicitly throw an exception. Okay, we will see its difference also, but first we will see what is the throws keyword, and then we will move towards the its difference. Okay, it gives an information of to the programmer that there is an exception. It is better for the programmer to provide the exception handling code so that normal flow can be maintained. What is the use of it? To provide the exception handling code so that normal flow will be maintained. Then exception handling is mainly used to handle the checked exceptions. Okay. As we have seen in previous lecture, throw keyword is mainly used to handle the unchecked exception, and exception handling, throws keyword is mainly used to handle the checked exceptions. Okay. If there occurs any unchecked exception such as null pointer exception, it is programmer's fault that he is not performing checkup before the code being used. Okay, so we have to check it whether which type of exception is there, and according to that we have to use the throw or throws keyword. Here unchecked exceptions are nothing but the, yes, you can see here only, unchecked exceptions are nothing but the runtime exception, and checked exceptions are nothing but the compile time exception. You have to use these words also while doing your programs. Okay, so first we will see a simple program for throws keyword, and then we will move towards these two cases. First one is you can handle the exception, and second one is the you can declare the exception. So for both the ways throws keyword is used. So first we will see one example. First example is simple use of a throws keyword. Is it visible? Okay. First I will explain this, then we can implement it. Here I have imported IO exception class because we are going to handle IO exception. When we are having some device errors or some plugins from other devices, at that time this exception may occur. Okay. So for that we are use this import statement in our program. Java is the class, sorry, Java is the package, then IO is the sub package, and IO exception is the class which is present in that packages. Okay, then which is used to handle or tackle the exception, that is the IO exception. Okay, so first I have declared one class test throws. In that class I have declared one method, that is the M, which throws an IO exception. Okay, so to handle this exception, this is check one because we are checking this exception at the time of a compilation of your program. So this is the compile time exception. So to handle it, we can use the throws keyword, and throw keyword is used to check the exception. Okay. So we have, this is work as a one of the try catch block. This throw keyword work as a try catch block. Means if we have found some exception for that line, then we have to handle it like a catch block. Okay. Then void n. This is even another method. In that method, we are calling the void main m method, right? So this is the propagation of exception. In chain exception or propagation of exception, we have seen that we cannot make a chain of exception of checked exceptions. Okay, means whatever compile time exceptions are there, we cannot use in the form of a chain. So to use those form, we can use the throws keyword. That's why we have seen that we cannot find out such a type of a chain for chain exception. But whenever we are using the throws keyword, we can make a chain exception pattern. Okay. So here I have called method M in method N. Again, in method P, I have called method N, and I have written this method N in the try block, because whenever we will find out some exception for that method, we can handle through try block. Here also we have handled, but if that exception is not handled here properly, then to handle it, we have written here try block, and in catch block, normal method of exception, that is the, we are writing here object of exception, that is E, and message to user. And after that, in main method, first we have created object of a test throws one, then through that object we have called the method P, because propagation process is done via P. So we are calling method P in our program, that is in the main method, and remaining code. You can write your remaining code over here. Okay, so this is the one type of a syntactical code. We have not written any information, we have not implemented any application over here. Only we have written some steps. Through that steps, you can implement your program. So now we will move towards its execution part. First, I will open the command prompt. We have to go inside the E drive. Then I will first set the path. When we will start our stream, data stream part, at that time we will start with the help of Eclipse. Okay, so you can familiar with the Eclipse also. But for exception handling, I will use the notepad only, so you can find out the exception easily. Okay, now see here, in previous lecture, I have used one class, that is the test throw one, and in that T is the capital one. I will open it. Okay, this is a very basic program we have seen, but while saving this program, I have saved it with the name capital T over here, right? This one. That's why Java is called as the case sensitive. I have written here capital T, and for today's example, I have written here small t. But as per our nomenclature, these two names are the one and the same. Still, my program is working, right? Because Java is the case sensitive. Now see, I will show you that. Okay, now we are running this program. And after compilation, its .class file is get generated over here. See, previously that file is not there because I have executed this program, not this one. That's why Java is a case sensitive. You have to follow the sequence of small and capital letters very properly. Otherwise, it may happen that it may generate some errors or some exception due to that letters. Okay, now I will execute it. Okay, exception handled and normal code. Why exception is handled? We have used throws keyword over here. Due to that throws keyword, that compiler will find out there is an exception. We have that exception we have to handle through this program. That's why this throws keyword is used, and after that it is actually handled properly in the format of a try catch block, and then proper flow of program execution is get maintained. Okay, so take down this program. After completion of this chapter, we will conduct 30 marks test. Okay, and that test will be considered as a one lab test. Okay, up till now we have taken some tests, but I will not consider those marks. I will consider it for your practice purpose. But whatever test I will conduct on this chapter, this will be considered for your internal marks. Okay, so after completion of this chapter, please be prepared, because whenever we will cover our chapter, after that, whatever next lecture is there, on that lecture I will conduct your test. Okay, it may some MCQs are there, or it may happen that some programs are there and you have to write its execution part, means output part. Okay, so I will close this. Any queries? Yes, any queries are there? Okay, now I will move towards next part. Now we will see one by one cases. You handle the exception and you can declare the exception. Right now we have handled the exception. Declared the exception. Now we will see how to handle that exception. First I will open its program. Now see here. Here first I have declared the exception. Right? See here I have written here star, because other than IO exception, another exceptions which are present in the input output, those exceptions are also handled. That's why I have written there star, means all classes which are present in the IO package. Then in M class I have written one method M, right, and that method throws an IO exception. Then through this throw keyword we are writing some message to the user if exception will occur. Then in main method we have called this class M. Okay, so for that, here it may happen that there is one exception like IO exception, so we have to write those code in the try block, and we have to handle that exception with the help of a catch block, right? For that purpose I have written its code in the try block, means declaration of object and call method calling of that particular class. Through that we have written in the try block, and in catch block I have handled the exception, and after that remaining code. So this is the first case which is used for the handle the exception. The code will be executed fine whether exception occurs during the program or not. Okay, for that purpose we have written this code. Now check whether this is handled or not. But right now there is no any IO exception, because For IO exception, we need to take input from some input devices. That's why it has generated a correct output, that is the exception handler and remaining flow, right? But still, we have not written any code after the catch block. Only we have written one statement, that is the normal flow, and which is get executed on the console. Okay, so take its screenshot. Okay, have you taken? Shall I move towards next one? Yes. Okay, I will move towards next part. Now see, second case is what? You declare the exception with the help of a throws keyword. Meaning of this is what? In case you declare the exception, if exception does not occur, the code will be executed fine, right? And what will be the second option for this one? In case you declare the exception, if exception occurs, an exception will be thrown at runtime because throws does not handle the exception. This is the main difference between throw and throws. Okay, so first we will see whether that exception is not present. We have written here, but that exception is not present. In that case, what will happen? See here, only we have written its exception, but we have not handled. To handle it, we need try catch block. We have not handled over here. Only we will save this and we will execute it. Okay, device operation perform means it has not handled, but there is no any exception. That's why there is no necessity to handle it. Only we have checked whether exception is there or not. And program if exception occur. Okay. Program when exception occur. In that case, what we will do? We will use the throw keyword because we know throw keyword is acting as a try catch block, right? What does try catch block do? That will be done by throw keyword only. So we will declare here IO exception, right? IO exception. In that exception, okay, wait for 2 minutes. Okay, sorry for interruption. See, I will write here device error. Okay, whatever try catch block will done for handle the exception, that same process will be done with the help of a throw keyword. sorry once again. See here. First, what I have done, I have written here throw keyword to handle the exception if exception will occur, and here there is no change because we have already written all those things. Throw the exception to handle, sorry, to declare over here, and this throw keyword to handle the exception. Okay, same program is there, only I have added this line. So I will again compile it and execute it. See here, device error. Why device error is happen? Because exception in thread mail, Java IO exception, device error. Because we have handled this exception if device error is occur. That's why this exception will present over here. This is the command M exception, right? So according to that, there are some differences between throw and throws keyword. So we will see this. First, take its screenshot so I can start the reference. Today we will cover up to custom exceptions, and whatever testing part is there, we will complete at the end of this chapter. Okay, I will close this now and we will move towards the difference.
Ma'am.
But yes.
Open once again.
Okay, 1 minute. Is it visible?
Now is it? Yeah.
Have you done?
Yeah, ma'am. It's done. Now you can.
Okay. So first we will see its difference and we will move towards the next part, that is the custom exceptions. Okay. So first we will see its difference. What is the difference between throw and throws keyword? Java throw keyword, first one. See first one, okay? Otherwise I will use. Okay, see here, this one first. Java throw keyword is used to explicitly throw an exception. Okay, what a try catch block is there, which is used for the implicit declaration or the implicit handling of a exception. But throw keyword is used to explicit throw an exception. And throws, Java throws keyword is used to declare an exception. This is the difference between throw and throws keyword. Okay. Java throw keyword is used to explicitly throw an exception. Now is it visible? Okay. Java throws keyword is used to explicitly throw an exception, and Java throws keyword is used to declare an exception. Checked exceptions cannot be propagated using throw keyword. Right now we have seen one program, right? But checked exception can be propagated through throws. Throw is followed by an instance. Always throw is followed by an instance, and throw is followed by a class. I will show with the help of an example what is meant by followed by instance and what is meant by followed by class. Okay. Already we have used in our program, but still I will show you because you don't know what is meant by actual instance and followed by the class. That's why. Then throw is used within the method. Right now you have seen that throw is used within the method and throws is used with the method signature. Means whenever we are declaring our throw, whenever we are declaring our method, after that we are writing the throw and whatever name of that particular exception. You cannot throw and multiple exceptions. Okay. you have seen in the examples also, we have written only one exception in front of a declaration of a throw. Throw knew what are name of that exception. But if you are declaring multiple exceptions with the help of a throws, you can. Okay, because we are writing at the with the throws. After method, we are writing throws and then exceptions names. That's why you can handle the multiple exceptions. But here only one exception is handled through throw key exception, right? So for that, first I will show you what is meant by instance, and throws is followed by a class, right? Now I will open the same program. See here, followed by the class. Throws is always followed by the class, right? It means after method you can write the throws keyword, and after that you can write your exception. And next one is the followed by an instance. Instance means with the help of a new keyword. That's why we have written here like this, throw instance of that particular exception. For creating instance, we are always using the new keyword. That's why instance, right? So this is the difference between instance and followed by the class or followed by the method. Okay, this one is means you can use for the method as well as class also. Whenever you are using for the particular class, in that case you have to write here throws and name of your exception. This is also allowed, and you can follow with the help of method signature, means after the method. Both the ways are allowed for the throws keyword. And with the help of a throws keyword, you can handle the multiple exceptions, but you cannot write here multiple exceptions. Okay, here you can make a comma and you can write another exception. But here you are creating instance of that exception. That's why single exception is able to handle. Okay, so this is the difference. So take down your screenshot. Should I maximize it? Yes, should I maximize?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Now take its screenshot. Now we will move towards the next part, that is the custom exception. Means user defined exceptions. We can create our own exceptions with the help of this facility. Okay, so custom exceptions. Okay, if we are creating your own exceptions, that is known as the custom or user defined exception. Okay, Java custom exceptions are used to customize the exception according to the user. By the help of custom exception, you can have your own exception and messages. Okay, so let us see some simple examples for the Java custom exceptions. Okay, for that, I will not show you some syntax, because what will happen, you cannot change it if I have shown you some syntax. Okay, so I will directly show you some programs. In that program, first I will show you one class which is having exception part. Okay, invalid age exception. Suppose I am using it for the voting purpose, and for that voting, our age should be equal to or greater than equal to 18. Okay, that's why this code is there, which extend the main class of a exception, means parent class of a exception. This is user defined exception name, right? Invalid age exception. This exception we are designing for us. That's why this is user defined exception, and we want to find out this is the name of exception. That's why we are extending the parent class of an exception. In that, I have written one constructor, right? And I have provided one parameter, that is the age, which is in the format of a string, right? Because we are taking from the user, we have to convert it. But here string is used for the printing the message, and this one super S. This is also used for the fetching those messages on the user side. Okay, so simple one. एक कन्स्ट्रक्टर क्रिएट केलाय, तिथे एक मेसेज पास करण्यासाठी स्ट्रिंग व्हेरिएबल घेतलेला आहे आणि सुपर कीवर्ड यूज केलाय. सुपर कीवर्ड, व्हाय वी आर युजिंग सुपर कीवर्ड? Whenever we want to access it into another class, at that time we are using the super keyword. Okay, then this is the actual class. In that class we are accessing this exception to handle it. So this is the test class. In that, I have written one static method, that is the validate. And what we have to validate? We have to validate the age. Now see here, throws keyword is used. It means we are first checking it and then we are handling that exception. And this is the user defined exception, right? Which is present in the class invalid age exception. Then in that method, in validate method, I have written an actual code of validation. We are writing this process for the voting purpose, so we need to check whether age is equal to or greater than 18. That's why in if I have written age is less than 18. If age is less than 18, then you have to find out the invalid age exception and you have to handle it and provide one message to user, that is the not valid, means age is not valid. So here this is the constructor. In that constructor I have passed one message, that is the not valid, and this message is going to this part. This means this, and then super keyword, and this super keyword means this is the actual constructor of exception class. Okay, now see why I am calling it as a constructor, because here with the help of a super keyword I have written opening and closing parenthesis. Round brackets are there, it means it is the constructor of exception class, and exception is the parent class of a exceptions, right? So it will goes to exception class, and through that exception class it will find out as it is the exception, and which is the user one, right? User defined one. So this is the actual flow of your handling exception for user defined one. Else your age is equal to or greater than 18, then welcome for the vote. Then there is a no necessity to move towards the exception handling. Then this is the main method. I have written this validate method in the try block, because if we find out our value handling having some exception, then we have to handle it, and for handling purpose we are moving towards the validate method, and through that validate method we are moving towards the invalid age exception class. Okay, so see here I have passed 13, which is having exception. Then in catch I have written a main, that is the parent class, and whatever exception will be occurred I have handled. Yes, am I audible? Hello? Hello? Swapnil? Okay, Vaishali. Okay, understood. So I will run this program. After that you can take it screenshot. First I will execute it and then you can test it. Before that I have to move inside the custom tab. Then again set path process. I have passed here age as a 13, so it has to handle the exception, right? Exception occurred, invalid age, and whatever message we have passed over here, that message is get printed as a not valid, right? So this is the user defined exception. Okay, now I will pass here age as a 20. Now check what.
Ma'am,
Yes.
screen is not visible.
Okay. I will repeat it. No issues. Okay. Now is it visible? Swarali?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Which part you have missed?
Execution part.
Okay. 1 minute. I have made changes. Okay. First, we have passed here age as a 13. So first, I will execute this one. Okay. After executed this part, you will find out exception occurred. What are exception name we have provided in our program, right? We have provided invalid age exception as our exception name, right? म्हणजे invalid age exception हे आपण user defined exception create केले, ते नाव इथे complete होणार आहे. आणि whatever message we have passed over here that is not valid, which is printed on the window in front of that particular exception. Now I will change age. I will write here as a 20. Now there is a no problem regarding exception, so program will be executed normally. Understood? We have written age as a 20, so age is greater than or equal to 18. That's why we are able to vote. That's why welcome to vote message is printed on the console, which we have written in the welcome to vote, right? And remaining. Okay. So you can take it screenshot. For taking screenshot, I will make one change, so you can take it. So simultaneously you can both the windows. Okay. Now take down screenshot. Okay. User defined exception is very easy. Now I will show you another example which is used for the blood donation, right? You can use it for the blood donation. Suppose I want to make such a type of a program. What I have to need? Only I will give here name as a invalid you can design your own name. I am using for the blood donation, so invalid blood donation. You can write your own name also. Same name must be there for constructor. Then here for message means this code will be remained same. Only name has been changed for that exception. And whatever change we want for the blood donation is that we have to take two values. One is the age and another one is the weight. So both the values are the required. Means either one of this value is get less, then we are unable for the blood donation, right? Means suppose age is less than 18, then you are not eligible. Or if age is less than weight is less than 50, then also you are not eligible. Means you have to add here and operator. Here and operator, and from user you have to take the two values. Integer age, you can use the double weight, no issues, or integer weight. Okay, these two values you have to take from the user, and here you have to add and operator. Suppose you have added or operator, then what will happen? Either one of the case will be true, then your blood donation is allowed. Okay, but we don't want to do such a types of cases. That's why you have to add here and operator, then weight less than or equal to 50. Less than असेल तर घ्यायचं नाहीये, right? Weight is small. Afterwards, you can change the name, right? I have making changes in same example. You have to do it from your side and you have to submit it within 2 days. Okay. This is considered as for your lab process. Then not valid. I will keep same. Welcome for the blood donation. Okay, then I will provide here two values. This one is 20 and see here I am writing here weight as a 45, means age is valid but the weight is invalid. Okay, now see I have kept same name, but while doing from your side, check the names, give the proper names. Welcome to blood donation. What it has, what this type of exception is not occurred. See here, I have written here weight is less than 50. That's why it has taken. But we want weight must be greater than 50. Then and then only eligibility criteria is satisfied. Okay. So according to that, you have to set this part and you have to complete this program and you have to show it to me. Okay. So you can make your own changes and you have to complete it and you have to give me its screenshot, or if possible you can send me your programs. Okay. So before leaving, start calling roll numbers. Roll number 1.
Present, ma'am.
2. Absent. Then 3. Roll number 3. 4.
Present, ma'am.
Okay.
Present.
4 is there. 5. Preeti. 5 is there. 6.
Present, ma'am.
7.
Present, ma'am.
8.
Present, ma'am.
9. 9 is there.
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Okay. 10.
Present, ma'am.
11.
Present, ma'am.
12.
Present, ma'am.
13.
Present, ma'am.
14.
Present, ma'am.
15.
Present, ma'am.
16.
Present, ma'am.
17. 17.
Present, ma'am.
18.
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Okay. 19. 19. 20.
Present.
Roll number 20. Siddhali.
Present, ma'am.
21. Yes, yes, Siddhali. I have noted. 21. 22.
Present, ma'am.
23.
Present, ma'am.
24. 25.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 26.
Present, ma'am.
27,
Present, ma'am.
28, 29, 30,
Present, ma'am.
31, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Sorry. 36. 36 is there. 37.
Present, ma'am.
37.
हाँ.
Oh. 38. 38. 39. 40. Yes, 39. I have noted. 40. 41. 42.
Present, madam.
43. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48.
Yes, madam.
Okay. 49.
Present.
50.
Present.
51. 52. Okay.
Present, ma'am.
53.
Present, ma'am.
54. 55. 56.
Present, ma'am.
57.
Present, madam.
58.
Present, ma'am.
59. Noted. 59. 60. 61.
59 present, ma'am.
Okay, 60.
59.
59. Okay. 60 is present. 61. Home card. 62. 63.
माझ्या नंबरचा टायमाला फोन येतात तुमचा रोज.
62 is there. 63. 64. 65. 66. Okay. 67. 68. 68. 69. 70. 71 to 80 मध्ये किती प्रेझेंट आहेत?
72, ma'am.
72. Okay. 79 is there.
75, ma'am.
Okay.
75.
Written. Anybody else? Okay, check once. I will write your roll number.
Ma'am, 45.
Yes, yes. Okay, noted. Check whether anybody is present from this list. पाच मिनिट.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
42. 42, madam.
Okay. Anybody else?
75, ma'am.
Yes, yes, noted. 72, 75 and 79 are present. 42. Okay, anybody else? $55. Okay.